It's Clint from Texas here to make another scorpion video with a little bit of surprise. Gonna have a little bit of tarantula video to add to the end if everything goes as planned. But just to show you what I had in mind, show you a few of what we have here. Centroides vittatus, which of course is the Texas bark scorpion, can be found in Texas, Mexico, New Mexico. Probably hard to see because they are very well camouflage, probably underneath the leaf. Okay, another good one is Cavimanus, which is our red claw Tanzanian scorpion. You can see he's in there. He likes to burrow, so he's just underneath all of that fluff, having a good time. We have Centroides Gracilis, which is the Florida bark scorpion, our third instar male here that seems to be getting larger by the day, even though he's still pretty tiny. We have Bothriurus Keyserlingi, which is the Chilean pygmy rust scorpion, and he's actually underneath the sponge. He's very tiny. He's a very small scorpion, but he's a thick-tailed scorpion, so that's rather unusual. And they just went on a CITES list, so Chile is now closed, and those species will probably not be available much longer. This is Heteronomus Spinifer, also known as the Asian forest scorpion. And he's in his little hide there. You can't see him very well. So, last but not least, a mounted specimen, very common in Durango, Mexico. This is Centroides Suffusus. This little demon right here puts a lot of people in the hospital. This is a very toxic breed of desert scorpion, and a lot of people that live in Durango carry what's known as a llavero, and a llavero has a little black and red pill inside. It's a bean, and you crack it open if you're stung by one of these and you rub it on there. Mexico also makes an anti-venom, which is $100 for a vial, and believe me, at $44,000 a vial for commercial anti-venom here in Texas, that's a real bargain if you can just go to Mexico and get some. Now, one of the things I've hoped to do here is introduce another of my loves. Not only do I like scorpions, I also love tarantulas. This one is a, I'm not sure if I say it correctly, Lasiodora Difficilis or something like that. Yeah, Lasiodora Difficilis. Okay. Here's a receipt for her, and here was the warm pack to keep her nice and warm. There's some tissue. You notice that there is newspaper in the bottom to insulate. The container is well sealed. Since I'm not familiar with this breed, I'm very reticent, because the one thing that can be very dangerous about tarantulas is not necessarily their bite so much as the urticating hairs. If they kick off these hairs off, they can really give you some bad respiratory and other ailments. So we're just going to be very careful not to disturb him or her. I'm not sure which it is. And we'll have an enclosure right here, and I'll try to do a transfer to the enclosure. Of course, we try not to say anything before we actually try it. Why don't you hop in there, little brother, or sister, whichever you are. Just get in there. Try your new home. Let's see if you. Ooh, that is one big tarantula. No, sir, I think I would like you to stay in there. I think I would like you to stay in. Thank you. Wow, that thing is large. Look at that. Look at the leg span. Lasiodora Difficilis. Or one long hairy tarantula. Normally I get the Mexican rose hair, which is a much smaller tarantula, but it's also a lot thicker. And it's a very docile tarantula. you don't have to worry. It doesn't bite as much. I'm not so certain about this one. I don't know if this is a tree-dwelling species or a land-dwelling species. I will have to do some research. But as you can see, there are very long hairs on the abdomen, on the legs, all over the carapace. And those are urticating hairs. And urticating hairs have venom inside of them, and if they embed themselves in your sinus, in your eyes, or in your skin, they can cause you a great deal of distress. They can cause anaphylactic shock in rare instances where a person might be exceptionally allergic to that sort of thing. But at very least, they can do damage to your eyesight, and they can really make you miserable. I made the terrible mistake one time of letting a rosehair tarantula walk across my lips, and I will never make that mistake again, because with urticating hairs in my lips, I was about as miserable as you could get.